Hello and welcome in section 6, training your own convolutional neural network model from the ground up. And in this video, we'll talk about getting the right data and also about converting it to the right format. So in our example, in this section, we are using the Ryerson audiovisual database of emotional speech and song. And to be exact, we are using the audio part of this dataset. And we don't use this dataset directly. We are using a converted version. We are using only the extracted features from those audio files or audio samples. So how to choose the right dataset for your classification problem? Well, it really depends on what your problem is. In this section, in the last 3 sections, we assume that we are interested in classification problems on sound samples, and we didn't have any specific requirements. And this particular dataset is great when you are looking to detect emotions, because it has quite a broad range of emotions. It's 10 classes and 10 emotions basically. So here we have a lot of audio files. Those are actually recorded by actors, and you can see the audio samples. There's quite a lot of audio samples there, and we are using just a subset of this dataset, and it actually was converted. We have extracted features like in previous modules a Python script, since we didn't have any other viable options. So this is the example of those features. We can have a look at the data directory inside the source directory for this section inside the JSON features. And there we have it's quite a lot of samples there. And each sample, this is a JSON or JavaScript array. And it's very similar to what we've used so far. So all those numbers, those are features that we've extracted using Python script. And in addition to that, we are also providing as the first value, this is the actual index of the emotion that this particular sample is all about, right? So we have those range of emotions, and we label each sample as a specific emotion. So let's have a look at the conversion script very quickly, because we don't want to dig into that. Just one side note, we are using in our current training script, we'll be using those files directly. And of course, we have to run a HTTP server first, because we have to serve those files. But inside our JavaScript code, we'll actually load those files for training directly. So we can't use the sound samples directly. We have to convert them to similar format as this one. Okay, so let's have a quick look at the conversion script in tools directory. Let me just scroll to that. And this is the exact, or very similar script to what we've used before, or at least the part when we have the feature extraction part from LibProsa. This is very similar. The only difference with this script is that we are kind of using the inside knowledge about the data set, because this data set is labeled in a specific way, and we have the name of the files. They have a specific, as you can see, it has a specific numerical schema that will help us tell if a given sample, or what a given sample is actually, what kind of emotion is related to a given sample, right? So we have neutral, calm, happy, sad, angry, fearful, disgust, and surprised. And this script uses this inside information about how this dataset works. And you have to always, when you're converting, extracting features from your own audio samples, you have to have some way of actually giving the model this information about what kind of class this particular sample belongs to. And one thing about data sets as well, you have to keep in mind that it's really about choosing the dataset as close as possible to the problem that you're trying to solve. If you want to detect emotions in sound, this dataset is pretty straightforward and quite popular. If you want to do the some other sound samples analysis, you have to generate your own set of samples, or find the right data set. So just keep in mind that it's really about what you're trying to do, and based on that goal you have to choose the right data set. And of course it's helpful that this data set, it has been used for a lot of projects, and it has been verified from the creating the good data sets is a whole different kind of art and science as well. So it's always good to use those tested data sets, and just define the problem that you're trying to solve and try to find the right data set.